Khalid Kareem, University of Notre Dame, defensive end. I tore my labrum against Duke. That was November 9th, I believe. It was third quarter. Quarterback stepped to the pocket. I reached with my inside arm instead of my outside arm, and when I reached back like this, kind of, overextended a little bit. I don't know if it was that did it, but then I also fell that play on my shoulder too. So it's probably a combination of both. And I actually played the rest of the season. I didn't know it was torn until after Stanford. So I think I played 4 additional games without knowing it was torn. And then, the team doctor, they told me that, my labrum was torn. And obviously I had a way out. I didn't have to play in the, bowl game if I didn't want to, but, I needed to be there with my guys. And, I had too much pride in playing. I knew I had some, something left in the tank. I didn't want to go out not, giving it to them and for myself. I'm probably around, 60, 65% healthy right now. I'll be ready to go by training camp. Honestly, biggest dreams to win a Super Bowl, I would say. That would be my dreams since I was a little kid. So winning a championship is huge, but like the Super Bowl, that's like literally like which you live your whole life. If you're growing up, you're a little kid, you dream of always playing and winning a Super Bowl. So that's kind of always what I had my mindset on. I mean, I was always around football for the longest. I mean, I've had cousins who played. My dad coached. My sister, she cheered, and so I was always at practice, just watching them play. So it was just, I was just waiting my turn, like when I was old enough to play. And so I started when I was like 6, and from that point on, like football nonstop. And I wrote a book in 3rd grade about like my life and like my dreams. And I think I wrote about how I was going to win Super Bowl 60 and win the MVP. And so I mean that's still in reach. So hopefully I can make that dream come true. I would say how versatile I am. I mean, playing at Notre Dame, I played all up and down the defensive line. So, I mean, that definitely helps. But, I would say my preparation and how much I put into it, that really helps. I mean, from just the game plan, just meeting my coaches, the amount of film I watched, and just breaking down the game. That's something I really pride myself on, just, preparing that way. And then I would say my effort, definitely. I mean, that's something, you really can't teach you. It's more of a want to. And so that's something my coaches really challenged me going to my senior year. They're like, okay, we know you're good. You're good. But, like, what's going to make you great? And that's effort. Just always run to the ball. And that's something I always, tried to do. The thing that really makes a good defensive line great is everyone working together and no one playing selfish and, having great chemistry. I feel like that's one thing that really made us, great at Notre Dame is, we all wanted to make plays, but we knew the team came first. And so, we were all willing to do whatever it takes to, help the team win, to help each other. So like, there'll be times where, one guy will help, set up someone else. I mean, we played really unselfish up front, did a lot of things for each other and always had each other's backs. Oh, the football brotherhood it means everything. It's probably the thing I love the most about football. It's just the relationships and the bonds you create, over the years. I mean, there's guys who, was on my team when I was 6, who I still talk to this day. And so, but definitely at Notre Dame, those are probably some of the best bonds I've ever made playing football because, like, that's really the only time in your life when truly all your friends are in one central place. You live literally minutes from each other, so you can always, see someone, go hang out with someone, get some dinner. So that's probably, that's probably one of my favorite parts about, playing in Notre Dame with definitely my guys. And, they're the ones I miss the most. Like, you'll always go back, see the school, see, coaches, but, it's all about the locker room. From, talking to previous people, they say the thing they miss the most about football is the locker room and the brotherhood. If I wasn't playing football, I'd definitely be involved in some type of art. I paint on the side. I mean, that was my minor at school, so that's definitely, one of my passions. So I got into art a while ago. I mean, I was in elementary school, it was a requirement, so it's just something, I had fun doing. And then when I got to high school, I kind of stopped because I was really focused on just graduating early. So that was my plan when I went to high school, to graduate early. So I really didn't have time for any fun electives. I was really just on my requirements. And so that kind of got pushed aside. But once I got to college, one of my professors told me this is like one of the only times in your life when you can truly do what you want to do, like for free. And so I went out and took a bunch of art classes, and definitely re-sparked that love I have for it. But now, I mean, I mainly do like portraits, and I use oil paints, and so um, I only had one class this past fall, and that was my painting class, and so I did a 48 by 60 piece, to kind of commemorate myself and my life up to that point, and so that was something I really poured my all into. If it wasn't art or football, I'd definitely probably do something like marine biology. I'm very interested in that. I mean, I love watching Chandler Jones and Everson Griffin, Frank Clark as well. I mean, those guys really just go out there and they play with a high motor. But the one thing I love about them is their technique and how precise they are with that. I mean, that's something I really like try to embody. I mean, at the end of the day, like you can be the most athletically gifted guy out there, but if you have poor technique, it's going to fail you at some point. And those are some of the guys who, in my eyes, have some of the best technique, and who I'd like to try to model my game after. So the funny thing is, my ideal pregame meal is nothing. I don't eat before the games. Actually, so I get a little upset stomach, so I try to avoid that at all costs. So I don't really eat. But the one thing I'll do is like at halftime, I'll take I'll eat like Uncrustable, and that'll probably be it. Maybe drink some Gatorade, but has to be a strawberry peanut butter and jelly. I don't really like grape that much. I try to be as light as possible when I'm on the field, so I really don't eat before the games. Oh, post game, I'm picking out. I mean, it's usually whatever they have for us, but my favorite is usually like Chick-Fil-A, or when we go to California, they have In-N-Out for us, and so that's probably some of the best food we had after the game. The walk is so surreal. I mean, when I first got to Notre Dame, like the first time, I was in awe, and then as time went on, it kind of became like just normal, so I really didn't appreciate it as much. But my senior year, I took everything in. So, just seeing all the faces and all the people there, cheering for us. But then, like, as soon as the band started playing, me and one of my friends, Dalen Hayes, like, we'd always walk with each other. As soon as it started going, we would just start, like, jumping around, like, just getting, amped up, ready to play. That kind of just, it sets the stage for for game days. And so that really helps me get locked in. As soon as I hear it playing, I walk through the gates of the stadium. I put on my headphones because Coach Kelly, he doesn't allow us to listen to music on the walk. He wants us to take it in. So every time the music starts playing, I walk through the gates. Like literally, it's my ritual. I put my headphones on. I get in my zone. So I'll always, wear the monogram with pride.